Joining us now is Sean Parnell to discuss Pete Hegseth and more. Sean, you've also served our country honorably and courageously. I'm going to kind of go on a limb here and just say, going back, you've been victim of media smears against yourself while you were trying to seek a very important, I don't want to relitigate that for the audience because it was a very nasty thing. We had your back and we still do. But can you kind of just give the audience the playbook that is being run against Pete Hegseth right now?
Absolutely. And you're absolutely right. This is very personal to me for a couple of reasons. One, because I've known Pete for over a decade. I know his wife. I know his family. I know his parents. He's an extraordinary man with an extraordinary family. And the smears against him, these are deliberate false smears, are absolutely sickening. And it's personal to me for the second reason, because I've been through this and I've been on the receiving end of false attacks elevated by the media for the express sole purpose of destroying you. And these allegations are very sinister because they're intended to make Republicans, especially Republican senators, Republican elected officials, but in this case, senators, say, well, boy, these allegations are pretty bad. I can't possibly defend this because my voters won't like that. But here's the thing. The allegations are completely false. And if we acknowledge that these accusations are horrifying to chill any sort of support from one's allies, then the opposite, our tactic must be the opposite, and that is to speak out vocally against it. I know what it's like to have to go through this stuff. It's horrible. And so when I saw Pete going through it, and by the way, Charlie, if you are a Trump person, if you are a loyal Trump person and you are a conservative that is a danger to the radical left's agenda and a conservative who fights, this is the treatment that you get all the time, and it absolutely has to stop. And so that's why I spoke up for Pete immediately, because when the left and these anonymous sources come at us with these baseless, horrifying allegations, the only thing that we're left to do is speak out on behalf of the people that we care about. And Pete is one of those people. And I am telling you right here, right now, on this show, in front of God and everybody, that the allegations against this guy are completely false. He's a great man. He's a good leader. He's a reform-minded leader. He's somebody that is a threat to the defense industrial complex. And because he's a threat, he's having to endure these horrifying attacks. And it stops today. It makes me sick.
Well, and so somebody recently was texting me, hey, Charlie, do you think Pete can survive all of the accusations? And I said, well, tell me what they are. And no one can really articulate them, Sean, because it's kind of just noise. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is kind of like general noise. What even are the accusations, Sean?
He drinks. I mean, he drank a lot one time, 10 years ago when he was in his late 20s, early 30s.
No one in the military drinks, so that's disqualified.
And that's another thing. I was at Concerned Veterans for America at the same time all of these alleged events took place. And I'm telling you that they didn't. I was there. Now, the reason why, another reason why this is deeply personal to me is because these smears are not only against Pete, Charlie. There are veterans, both men and women, who joined Concerned Veterans for America who wanted to make a difference in our country and help the veteran community. These smears are not just smears on Pete, but everybody that worked as part of Concerned Veterans for America. And we did that organization, I'm very proud of the work that we did, because ultimately it led to President Trump in 2018 signing the Mission Act, which gave a veteran's choice with regards to where they got their health care, and is largely regarded as the most substantive VA reform in multiple generations. We got that accomplished. And to attack the organization, which is essentially, if you come away from that New Yorker piece thinking that CVA was just a slush fund for drunk veterans, nothing could be further from the truth. It was a substantive policy organization that moved the ball down the field and made life better for veterans. We were very effective. And so to smear Pete is to smear the rest of the people and service members as they're a part of CVA that did great, extraordinary work. And I'm not going to allow that to happen.
Yeah, I do this for a living. I can't even keep up with the nonsense that they're throwing at Pete. And honestly, I'm just so I just don't care. I know him. He's been so good to me. He's such a generous, sincere, patriotic person. I'm going to the mat for him in any way I possibly can.